Good morning. It is Saturday, January 21st, 2023. It is 6:27 a.m. in my locale. And I have not done a video in 2 days. The reason is that I have been a busy little bugger. I haven't had the time to sit down or do much of anything because I was Thursday. Wrap everything up, go to town. That was about a 5-hour run. Very small trips, not a whole lot of crazy, but took care of it. Got some stuff for some colleagues as well, which I think was great. You know, they just hand me the money and off we run. Then that night I spent about an hour and a half between talking to one of my family, talking to one of my tribe, and doing my side gig. And then I just collapsed and went to bed. Friday morning, I got up, and it was everything I didn't get done on Thursday had to get done on Friday, because today is Saturday and I work. So I decided I was going to move slowly. I wasn't going to stress out. And what I decided to do was do 2 or 3 small things, move on. Like Thursday morning, I did my laundry. I washed, folded, put away before I even unhooked and started to drive away. I did small things. I did cooking. You know, I made sure that the refrigerator was working, which it is, doing fine. The freezer is fine, but we didn't defrost it. I cleaned the kitchen. I vacuumed in here. I washed the bathroom. Very damp, just a very lightly damp cloth wiped down all of my cabinets, you know, all the knobs, anywhere that I thought that I could just clean up. Wash the windows, but I did this slowly. I did not hurry. And then, again, spoke to a member of my tribe or two, and then just started working on my side hustle for about 45 minutes to an hour. And so that puts a little more money in the bank. And then today I go to work. And, of course, queso time. We had great queso time. Oh, here he is. Here he is. We're going to go out of order today. You guys anything to say? Yeah? Anything else? There you go. He likes being crate-free and next to me. So that's a cool thing. And I like him being crate-free and not next to me as well. I don't like leaving him in the crate all day. And that other dog we were going to get did not work out as well as we expected. I didn't have some documentation. I simply have no way to get that documentation. And it would be 2 vets, one from 10 years ago, one from 5 years ago, and I'm just like, forget it, guys, I can't get my hands on this. And they said, well, then we can't. I went, look, all of the dogs and cats that have been turned in and need a good home, you got somebody asking for a good home with cash in your hand, but because I can't find a particular document, the answer is no. Fine, I'll just go to the shelter myself. When I can find a shelter, I'll go there myself. They're not going to ask any questions, and they're going to be grateful. This rescue didn't want to work with me. There's plenty of others that will. We'll find Queso a friend. Don't you worry about that. Let's move on to our daily Zen poem. Discard all you have acquired as being no better than a bed spread for you when you are sick. Only when you have abandoned all perceptions and rid yourself of dualistic concepts such as ignorance and enlightenment will you be worthy to be called a Buddha. The original mind is without distinctions. When a sudden flash of thought occurs in your mind, even if a Buddha arises, cut him off. Many people are afraid to empty their minds lest they plunge into the void, and they do not know that their own mind is the void. Huang Po. Certainly something to think about. Since I tend to be a very dualistic thinker, it's either it's right or it's wrong. You know, it's either open or it's shut. It's either, that's the way it is. And if I say to people, is that door closed? And they go, well, kinda. No. Either it's open or it's closed. Pick one. I don't have time for fence sitters and I live in the gray and no, I don't need that. Is it fixed? Almost. That's no. Just say, nope, not yet. Working on it. Is that door open? Well, a little bit. No, then it's open. Knock it off. Stop playing with words. That type of, so that this type of thing kind of maybe reminds me that maybe I need to be a little more open in my own mind and say, maybe it's not one or the other. It's very hard because I came from a home where, we had to work very hard to get by. And so we did not have time for maybe or feelings. We had time for get it done. How much does it cost? How much food do we need? When do you need to be out for school? When is your homework done? We didn't have time for soft stuff. My feelings. We didn't have time for that. We had to get it done. And that's what I keep telling you guys. Get it done. We're going to go to our daily room poll because I do not want to sound like a cranky old man. Effective old man, yes. Cranky, I don't want to be that guy. All right, we're picking our rune, and our rune is... Oh, I'm going to turn it around for you. So we picked it inverted. That's Thursas. Okay? I think we've picked that before. I always forget because, we tend to pull the same ones over and over out of a bag, and we're randomly picking them, right? So that's when I say pay attention. It is Gateway, the place of non-action, and the god Thor. Reversed. A quickening of your development is indicated here, and yet even when the growth process accelerates, you must have reason to halt along the way to reconsider the old and to integrate the new. You must take advantage of these halts. If you are undergoing difficulties, you remember that the quality of your passage depends upon your attitude and depends upon the clarity of your intention. Be certain that you are not suffering over your suffering. When you draw thirds as reversed, it demands contemplation on your part. Hasty decisions at this time may cause regrets, for the probability is that you will act from weakness, deceive yourself about your motives, and create new problems more severe than you are attempting to resolve. Impulses must be tempered by thought for correct procedure. Do not go beyond where you have not yet begun. Be still, collect yourself, and wait on the will of heaven. Well, we've been talking a lot about getting things done. And finish this project now. And, now may not be the time for you to consider X or Y, but finish those things. Finish those small things. I used myself as yesterday. I said, I'm not going to stress out. I am not going to run in circles. I'm going to take care of small things in my time, and it'll all get done. And it sure did. No problems. And still had some fun along the way. But that tells us, hey, don't go beyond where you can. Don't don't push this. Between the Zen poem telling us not to fall into absolutes, really is what they're saying, and this saying don't go where you're beyond going. Work quietly. Don't make rash decisions. Keep working slowly. It worked for me yesterday, so I hope that today is my Monday. It is your Saturday. And I'm hoping that you do exactly that. I hope that you work at a slow, steady pace and don't stress out. Just, in my mind, I would say sit down with a cup of coffee, write out a list, decide what you need to do it one step at a time. And stay with that job until that job is finished. Don't jump from job to job. Finish that, cross it off the list, sit down and have a glass of iced tea. Go look at the sunshine out there. And then pick up and do the next job. You're going to have to write everything down. You're going to have to prioritize that list. And then just start with number one. Don't run around. Don't do anything quick and hasty. Just take a step. And if something like that happens, stop and breathe and go, okay, what's the problem here? What do I have to do here? How am I going to get from here to there? I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to stress out. And I think that that's an incredibly important thing to think about today. You can get it all done, regardless of what that it is. If you work quietly, diligently, do not fall into absolutes, as the poem said, you will get things done. I didn't say stop. Keep that in mind. I didn't say stop. I said move quietly and diligently from one thing to the next. If today your item is, I have to take everything out of the pantry and clean it, fine. Take everything out of the pantry, clean the shelves, get a sip of iced tea, take a look at that pantry, start putting things back logically and in an organized fashion, and then you take the next step. And then you take the next step. And then you take the next. And then suddenly the sun is going on in the opposite side of the sky, and you're starting it to sink down, and you turn around and you go, what did I get done today? And you look around and you go, oh, wow. I got a lot done today. If the thing you have to do is caring for people, then, take a look around and say, hey, wow, look, I didn't push myself. I didn't make any hasty decisions. I did. And it all got done. And that's the message that I can send you today. All right. I'm going to put this back here. It's 6:37 now. I'm going to hike myself into the shower, get ready to feed this guy. About 8 o'clock, 8:10, we're out the door. And today is going to be my day of not get hasty. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go in. I'm going to get over to the boat. I will probably stick my head in the activity booth. There's not too many people in there. I don't know who's on duty. Hopefully, the assistant marina manager, because at least when she's there, I can say, what's the plan? And I'll have a good running plan. And the times I'm not on the boat, if I'm not talking to people on the docks or on our seawall about all the animals we're seeing, I will be sitting in a quiet corner with a cup of coffee and continuing forward, taking my test. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. So I wish for you happiness today. I hope that you do not fall into absolutes. I will try harder today to not look at something and go, it's yes or no. Maybe there should be something in the middle. I can't imagine what could be in the middle. I mean, in process means no. Completed means yes. It's, maybe I should take a step and go, how far are you into this? 80% done. Okay. All right. So it's still not done. We're getting close. That might be a much more gentle way to look at it. But let's face it, the only thing gentle will get you is punched in the mouth. So don't give up on being firm when necessary. All right. I'm out. I will see you guys hopefully later today at about 6 p.m. in the podcast. And you guys have a great day.